Hey y'all, hey, what's up? So, I decided to start my lock journey, and well, I got my hair retwisted, and my hair is actually very, very long. For me to have cut it a few years ago and for it to be the length that it is, I was like, yep, 100% natural. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and start my locks. I always wanted to do it, but my hair was so damaged, and I didn't want to go through the whole little phase of shaving it off and all that, which I turned around and did anyways. And then I just kind of, rocked my braids and everything for a while. But anyways, that's not why y'all here. I just be seeing a lot of people with their locks and their different styles. I'm just like, man, they look so pretty when they're really, really long. And of course, that took them years. But I was like, you know what? Starting now, I'm going to be cool with it. 100% natural. Ain't got no added hair into my hair, because I never really cared for that, but it's like whatever. But it's like 100% my hair, nothing else. Just so every time the sun hits my scalp, is my scalp, my actual hair, which is actually nice. But look, y'all, I wanted to talk to y'all. Just, it's not even about like just narcissistic people and specific. It's like just toxic people and just things that I have observed in just society, you know what I'm saying? Where, I'll come across like different things on social media, and it's just interesting how narcissism and just dysfunction and toxicity and just a person's mindset all plays into this big quote unquote feud, where you really truly have people. And this is just an example of how like people are very impressionable. It goes to show that there's more people that follow than actually lead. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give y'all an example, right? So I just got done watching this video of a dude, talking about how like you can't categorize all women, just like you can't categorize all men. You know what I'm saying? You can't categorize everybody in the same category, because people are just people are different. You know what I'm saying? We come across different people in our life journey, good, bad, rich, poor, whatever the case may be, right? We come across different people. So you can't categorize everybody under, one thing. So it's just interesting how like people stay on social media just, oh, men ain't shit, and then you got the men, oh, bitches ain't shit. And I can laugh at it because I'm looking at things from a higher perspective, like spiritually. And it's just like, it's really bigger than all of what y'all talking about. Like people really be out here mentally ill and don't even know. They don't even know that they are mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? And not only are they mentally ill, they're emotionally ill, financially ill, and even in cases physically ill. They're definitely spiritually ill. We know that. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because so many people are just walking around, and they, and it kind of makes me laugh because, I just always, anytime I think about like narcissism and stuff like that, the number one person I think about is like, you know, uh, pretty much like my mom. And it's just funny because, you know, she is mentally ill. I mean, what else do you call a person that can tell you that they wish you were never born, and they say all these cruel things, and then they think that they could just pop up in your life like nothing ever happened? You gotta be a psychopath, sociopath. You got something is not screwed in all the way, Frankenstein. you know? Some you know, the elevator is not reaching the top because, you know, it's funny how how people, not just like narcissists, but just people who, cuz remember, everybody's not a narcissist, okay? Remember that. So, everybody's not a narcissist. They just are dysfunctional. You know, that's why I said they're just ill in more ways than one. And I mean, you can tell who they are when they constantly always just begging for money. Oh, they work a job like you, right? They may not make as much, they may not get paid as much, or whatever the case may be, but nonetheless, they have a job, right? Just over broke, right? So it's like, why do they feel so comfortable to ask you for money? And they know that they're not going to pay you back. And they know that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they see like that you know, let's say you have a nice house in a little nice suburban area or wherever, apartment, you know, you got a decent vehicle, you know, your front bumper ain't falling off, back bumper ain't falling off, you know, windows not, but you know, you ain't driving around looking crazy. You got a decent car. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I be seeing some vehicles and I'm just like, how was that even on the road? Like your whole door is gone. Like your whole windshield is like cracked. Like you see fly vision. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, what? You know? And it's weird. But anyways, so y'all, it's just so funny. Um but yeah. Oh, people are just interesting. That's all I can say. Because, you know, they just have this entitlement, and a lot of people are very, very ego driven. This isn't just narcissists. Narcissists, they're driven by their ego. Their ego protects them from the reality of, you know, like they're grandiose. They just have these, you know, unicorn dreams where it's like, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire tomorrow. And they never hit the lottery. They still got to go to a 9 to 5 or leech money off of people. But yet in their minds, they're just so rich, you know. But it's just interesting. I know I need to get back to making my videos on the regular. I just been relaxing, taking a break, you know. And on top of that, I don't always want to focus on, you know, like narcissists, because I feel like where your attention goes, energy flows. Therefore, I am not in the business of trying to have, you know, narcissists be in my life left and right. So the less I really, because they're really insignificant to me nowadays. So it's like the less I really even focus on them, the better my life is, you know what I'm saying? The better it is. But you guys, just be mindful out here. Just be observant, really. You know, there's no need. I get it that like after dealing with somebody like that, and I see it all online because, you know, I be engaging with people on, you know, YouTube, on different channels that they don't talk about narcissism, but they'll just talk about certain things. And people always like to engage in a conversation with me on a public platform because I'm just a rational, logical person. And if they are arguing or, you know, want to be right and they have no facts, they're just going off their emotions because they're getting angry at the truth that's being spoken. So then they just become trolls, and y'all know those types of people. They crack me up. Where they, and also, I've also encountered the ones where, you know, they'll say very harsh and cruel things. And then it's like, wait a minute, like, we were talking about this topic, like, where did that come from? Then when I start digging my saber-toothed claws in that ass, now all of a sudden, whoa, 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 whoa. Now they want to backpedal on everything that they, oh, no. You said it. Say what you mean what you say. Keep your, hey, we in this fight, we in the ring now. Ding, ding, ding. Round 1, fight. And it's just a fight with words at this point. But I'm logical, but the logic is also truth, which they know they can't win. And that's how you know that it's just ego. Their ego will not allow them to quote unquote lose, because in their minds, they're not really having a conversation. They're not really discussing the topic of said video, said post, or whatever. They love derailing conversations, and oh, well, the sky is purple today, and it's raining fish outside. And it's just like, what the hell does that have to do with, politics or whatever subject that's being discussed? What does that have to do with, whatever it is that's being discussed on the topic or post, which is just different things. So then it's just funny because these, it's always dysfunctional, toxic people. And I'm not going to sit there and call them a narcissist, okay? Because they could just be a psychopath, they could be a sociopath, or they could just be a jackass, okay? So, it's like, whatever. But it's just interesting the things that they say. Like, and then what makes them mad is when they like are losing. Well, in their minds, they're losing the conversation. Because to me, it's not about win or lose. It's just we're having a discussion. Tell me what you know. I'll tell you what I know. And, maybe I'll just go ahead. And I'm not afraid to be like, hey, can you, tell me how you learned that or whatever, so that I could, go research that topic. Like, I'm going to give y'all a prime example. So this dude that I was briefly working with, right? We were talking, and he started talking about the oil industry, basically. I don't know if he was just trying to attempt to appear or seem smart, or I don't know what it was, but anyways, he brought up oil and all of this. And then he's like, yeah, oil's made from dinosaurs. And I'm sorry, y'all. I know the myth and the legend and the stories, but I've already unlearned many lies, okay? So it's funny because I don't know if y'all remember this old, it was this old little cartoon that they used to show in school where it was like this little Bill, and he'll be walking on the little show, singing, teaching you about like the laws and the bills and how they get passed. And that's literally, I don't know, that played in my mind because it's like, you're trying to teach me something. So, and then I'm like, what you're saying doesn't make logical sense to me. But I'm going to continue letting you talk because I don't want to interrupt. So I let him finish or whatever. And I just simply told him, I said, well, I don't agree. Well, why don't you agree? Well, what you said sounds dumb to me because it does not make sense to me why a dinosaur is oil. Basically, you want me to believe like a T-Rex and the little long neck dinosaur and is in a Cyteratop, whatever the hell you call it, the little three. If y'all ever seen The Land Before Time, all those groups of dinosaurs, okay? You want me to believe that all these huge dinosaurs, right, just died and just became black goop in the ground? It sounded stupid as hell to me. And when I broke down how stupid that it sounded, then he's like, no, over time. I said, so again, you want me to believe that a dinosaur's skin, their bones, their ligaments and tissues and internal organs all melts it down into black goop. Still don't make no damn sense, but I'll if that's what you believe, I respect your belief, but it just is dumb to me. That's it. That's all I said. And this dude just was got to proving his point, proving his point, proving his point. Well, what is there not to get? You don't believe in science? I believe in science. After all, when I was in school, I took physics and chemistry and biology because I once upon a time wanted to be a doctor. So I'm very versed in science, yes. I know that carbon is the backbone of all life. Nothing on the face of this earth is created without carbon as the main atom. But okay. So you don't believe that, oh, like ashes to ashes, dust to dust? Now, pause. You say ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Well, you just said dinosaurs turn into black goop, which is oil. So which one is it? Is it ashes to ashes and dust to dust, or is it black goop? Because when you die, are you going to turn into black goop? Just curious as to what you think is going to happen to your... Well, why would I care? I'm dead. I'm long gone. What happens to me, it doesn't matter. I didn't really say. But see, you see where the deflection is coming in? I'm just presenting questions. He asked me, why do I disagree? I said I disagree because I think it's dumb. Well, why do you think it's dumb? Okay, well, you asked me, why do I think it's dumb? I said why I think it's dumb. Oh, now all of a sudden I don't believe in science. I never said that I don't believe in science. Oh, so now ashes to ashes and dust to dust. See, when people start bouncing around, and what's funny is, when he got to trying to break it down to science, as if like I don't have... See, he didn't know, he assumed. So I'm like, I understand that carbon is the backbone to all things and da 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 da. See, he didn't think that I had knowledge in this because you don't know my background, you just made an assumption. So now that I'm shutting you down with facts, so it was just funny because the funniest thing is, well, you can just go research and you can look it up. I said, okay, I will, but right now I don't have that time. So since you are so knowledgeable and well versed in the topic, I thought you could just tell me more. Well, I don't know the whole process. I don't know. Okay, so if you don't know, then why are you trying to dive deep as if you do know? You know what I'm saying? In other words, people who are overconfident and try to sound like they are the most intelligent, and then you can tell when they start raising their voice, trying to overtalk you. You ask me a question, I'm trying to explain to you, but you're interrupting. You're trying to overtalk me while I'm talking. Like, all because I disagreed with your thoughts of dinosaurs are oil. And just for you to go find a video on YouTube thinking that you're just brilliant, you send it to me and you prove my point. The video that was sent to me proved my point that, like, they don't turn into black goop. Oil is not made how you thought it was, sweetheart. You bought into society's lies that you were taught back in, elementary and everything like that. This is what I mean by school is literally just a program to get you to believe a bunch of lies. School is for fools, because how many of y'all people know somebody with a PhD, a master's, and all that lovely bookworm knowledge? It ain't no damn common sense. Without common sense, what is the point in sitting here living? If you can't use common sense to keep yourself alive, like, common sense is, I'm not just gonna go out into the woods and eat some mushrooms without actually having the knowledge to identify the species of mushroom I'm eating, and then I eat something poisonous and it kills me. You know what I'm saying? And hell, if you got common sense and you don't know nothing in the wilderness, watch watch the animals. What are they going to eat? But just because they can eat it don't necessarily mean we can. Like, a lot of people assume, I could just eat nuts out in the wilderness. Can you? Because almonds were genetically engineered to not be poisonous to us. So does that mean almonds out and, grown in the wild are poisonous to us? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, it's just interesting. Like, basically, he was just very confident, so confident, with no knowledge to really back up what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And so, literally, I didn't even watch. I did watch that whole video. It was like, I think, 10 minutes or something. Anyways, so, but my point was proven in the first 30 seconds of the video. And that's the part that I found hilarious. Then it was just like, he felt like, I have to concede because, okay, well, just understand, it's not win or lose. You brought up the conversation about oil for whatever reason. We started talking about that topic. I didn't mind telling you I don't know what I'm talking about. But you wanted to keep pushing, to try to make it low-key seem like I'm unknowledgeable, And it's funny because then it's like, when you be like, okay, so what are you trying to say? I'm stupid? Oh, see, those are your words, not mine. Look, low-key people be throwing shade. Low-key people say things in a way, instead of just saying that you're stupid like they think you are, they would rather say it in a slick, shady, non-communicable way. It'll be like, subtle, indirect, passive-aggressive style. You know what I'm saying? And see, I'm so well-versed in toxicity and dysfunctional people that I can recognize these behaviors in simple conversations. Sir, I didn't ask you to come up to me and start talking to me. I didn't ask you to get on the topic of oil. I don't even know how we got on that topic anyway. But the simple fact that I am engaging in conversation, I remotely felt comfortable enough to just converse. So now that you find out that, oh man, she's not an idiot. Oh, she knows more than me. Oh, now you want to try and backtrack. Now you want to try and, cover up your tracks. Now you want to, no. We in the ring, 10 toes down, ding, 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 round one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just be so funny because it's like, don't be so overconfident and arrogant that you just know everything. Nobody knows everything. There's one type of person on the face of the earth that knows everything, y'all, and that's a fool. Fools know everything there is to know until they realize that they know nothing at all. So it's just interesting. Wise people don't speak on everything that they know. Sometimes you just withhold information. It's not that you want to. It's just, it's no need for me to speak everything that is on my mind. It's no need for me to speak on everything that I see, that I this and that, unless I want you out my face, immediately. But it'd be so funny to just hear people just, and then, it's just crazy how you can have a simple conversation and a person will get offended just because you pointed out that they're wrong. Just something so simple. So simple. It's just like, because it's almost like challenging their belief system, challenging what they know to be true. Look, you came to me asking me my thoughts. Then, if I did share it with you, now you're trying to persuade me into what? Changing what I think because you want me to agree with you? No. I stand by what I feel and what I think because I'm my own individual. But that goes to show most people rather go with the herd than to just walk alone. You know, a lot of people don't know how to be alone. They don't know how to actually sit with themselves and deal with their internal issues. And that's why they never get to the bottom of their own issues. Childhood trauma, generational curses, you know what I'm saying? Just whatever issues that they're suffering from. So again, like I told you at the beginning of the video, people suffer from financial illness, mental illness, emotional illness, spiritual illness, physical illness. You know, like illness isn't just physically in like diabetes and high blood pressure and all of that. And honestly, when you are sick spiritually, it manifests physically. You start having arthritis and all these other stomach problems, you know, headaches, whatever it may be. Everybody's different. But if you can heal yourself spiritually, everything else will fall in line. You know, so I know I be taking my breaks, but yeah, I'm just always self-developing. And that's what everybody should be doing. But the way social media got everything set up, it got people, you know, thinking all on the same bandwagon. They've had several bad relationships, and now you just think the opposite sex, is horrible, or you hate the opposite sex, but you don't want to be alone. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? So, when you learn psychology and when you just learn to observe, be objective. That is a part of self mastery. So for all my, viewers who are just trying to get over dealing with, toxic people, dysfunctional people, you know, um, yeah, I mean, it starts with you. Don't look outside of you, look inside you. And when you know who you are and you stand 10 toes down on who you are, how you think, what you feel, nobody can talk you out of, whatever it is you got going on. A person can try to deceive you. They can never deceive your intuition. But see, that's where self-trust comes in. A lot of people after dealing with narcissists, they have trust issues. They don't even know if they can trust themselves because they've been gaslighted so much. Well, this is you being on a journey to self-mastery. You have to master yourself. When you start mastering yourself, you begin to heal anything that triggers you to go off. You begin to heal anything that makes you react negatively, because you control your reactions, you control your thoughts, you control you. And if you let other people get the best of your emotions, the best of your mind, that's why I always tell y'all, protect your subconscious mind. When someone is that is what narcissists do. They try to plant, seeds of doubt in your subconscious mind. And if they plant that seed of doubt, that's it. It's a wrap. Because now where you were so sure, I'm going to Hawaii. Are you sure? Now all of a sudden, well, they got volcanoes. Well, they got this. Well, and now you marinating and simmering on it. Like, dang, you know what? Do I want to go? Oh, you know, I don't. No, you don't let them dictate your choices. If you want to go to Hawaii, volcano, sharks, whatever, go. You don't have time to live your life in fear. Time is short. Have y'all seen that the U.S. banking systems are failing right now? And have you heard about FedNow? And ironically, the guy who created Cash App mysteriously, that word, mysteriously died. Mysteriously. Ain't nothing mysterious about that man's death. But the people behind the scenes know exactly why that man is dead. And then, ironically, right around when he's murdered now, all of a sudden, FedNow, coming by July. Get the hell out of Dodge. Look, y'all, there's so many people that's on the internet right now that are fear mongering. Pull your money out the banks. Yeah, the Bank of America failed, if you ask me. All the people that was banking with them, they can't get their money. Silicon Valley, followed by like 5 or 6 other major banks in the U.S. Look, the banks were the main ones being pulled out and bailed out continuously during COVID and many other catastrophes, right? Along with the airlines, right? But yet, small businesses never get that chance. You know what I'm saying? Yet, banks don't want to give out loans to nobody. But yet, you're taking people's money to stay afloat. But it's okay for them to do it. Okay. I'm for real, y'all. It's so much going on. There's so much going on. Look, when you know that God and divine forces are working for you on your behalf, there's nothing to worry about, because the world is changing. And it might not be changing quite for the better. It might be getting a little worse before it gets better. But hey, we all here along for the ride. I say the same thing. Like, why are you going to fear? Look, if the power grid is going to fail, it's going to fail. Okay? You just need to be prepared. Do you have any weapons? Are you able to live off the land? Knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to live off the land, you'll be good when everything happens and how it's supposed to happen. You got people just fear mongering. But one thing they fail to realize is all that fear, all that unnecessary, that's how you know who is truly of God and who's not. The people who are fear mongering, the banks are failing, pull your money. Stock up on food. Buy up all the gas. You do realize, right, that when, like, let's say the power grid goes down tomorrow. And I don't know if y'all remember this, but they did a test. Yes. A few years ago, they did a test, and they did it with was it YouTube or was it Facebook? It was one of these damn platforms where nobody in the entire world could access the app for 24 hours. It was a blackout across the world. And then the next day, everybody was talking about it. And then it's almost like everybody had short-term memory and forgot. Y'all gotta be slow if you thought that was not a test. A test on, can we send people into panic? What are people gonna do? COVID in the U.S. was a prime example of that. A respiratory disease, but you go buy up all the toilet paper? Subliminal messages must have been going out across radio stations, TVs, CNN, Fox News, amping it up, and subliminally because remember, I told y'all, the subconscious mind is very powerful. The subconscious mind never sleeps. So, have you ever fell asleep watching a movie and next thing you know, you're dreaming like you're in the movie? You hear what's going on in the movie, but it's playing out in your dream because your subconscious mind never sleeps. This is why people need to be mindful and protected. Just like they can like through TV shows and movies. This is why you should be mindful what you watch and what you listen to, because your subconscious mind is picking up on those subliminal messages. Okay? I'm willing to bet that during COVID, there was a lot of subliminal messages. Buy toilet paper, buy hand sanitizer. And these people are already planning to put their money in these stocks. So during COVID, they were billionaires, millionaires, trillionaires, whatever. So look, anybody that's out there fearing and cowering, what's going on in the current world, God is not in your life. Ain't no way. Because if God was really in your life, you wouldn't live in fear. Because, and then the Bible says, fear not. God told you, fear not. So why you scared? Why are we, I'm not saying don't be prepared. No, I'm saying, but if there's fear, if fear is the driver behind you going to buy a whole bunch of food and, buy a whole bunch of gas. And I just want to give y'all examples of what fear mongering causes. Fear mongering causes idiotic things. During COVID, there is a story about an individual who was hoarding gas. They went to the gas station in a Hummer, had like several big drums of gas or whatever, right? Guess what happened? This fool left all of that in the Hummer on a hot day. What do you think happened? His Hummer exploded and all that gas burned away. So all that money that this individual put into getting that gas, not only does he no longer have that gas, he no longer has a vehicle. All the people that hoarded toilet paper and hand sanitizer, can you eat hand sanitizer and toilet paper? Next thing you know, they're selling it. Hey, I have toilet paper for sale. I got hand sanitizer for sale. I need food. That's what you get. All I'm saying is every choice has a consequence. Every action has a reaction. People who hoard a bunch of food, well, you're not going to eat all that food, particularly by yourself within the expiration date of all that food. So you went and wasted all that money to hoard all that food out of fear and panic. Now you're out of money and you don't have no food. Be wise. Seriously. Like, stop being fear-minded. But see, that's the agenda behind the news. Oh, we want to cause panic. We want to cause fear. Because I, for the longest, could not figure out what the heck does wiping your butt got to do with a respiratory issue. Like, if anything, I would have thought that the vitamin shelves and, everything like that would have been gone. Those are fully stocked. But see, it's the power of the mind, and a lot of people are puppets. A lot of people allow their minds to be controlled. They're not in control. They don't know how to make their own decisions, Because, when you really know that God is for you and on your side, if you were to have no money in your bank, your bills would still get paid. Believe it or not, yeah. Miracles happen for me every day. all the time. But don't be tempted to think that, yeah, Satan's not out here hoping to stress you out, hoping that you will, get worried and you'll this and you'll that. Man, look, this is a man-made society. Man-made. When money is no longer of value, what are you going to do? A lot of people are going to panic because their whole world was materialistic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, don't let fear control you. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of, things going on that is out of your control. But I tell you what you can control. You can control your own reality. You know what I'm saying? Through prayer, writing your version, however you communicate with the divine. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you know everybody doesn't really have a true connection, because they're lost. They have no purpose. They don't even know what their purpose is. And I mean, things can get really serious. So I tip my hat off to everybody who actually has a divine connection, who actually, whether you just came into your purpose or you're still figuring it out, you're on the right path. And if you weren't on the right path, things wouldn't be so difficult. So, difficulties come up, face them. Don't run away from them. But anyways, y'all, peace, positive energy always creates elevation. All right, bye.